All right. This one will be some things that help being targeted. And I think this is just from my experience. So you could use hematite stone. Hematite stone is dope. It's like has iron in it and has a cooling effect. Like when it cools off, like so it's like when you're getting targeted and it's heating up your body parts. You put that on, and it really will cool down that area. Like, and then it kind of heats up too a little bit. But then you take it off of your body, and then you let it chill, and it'll cool down. And that's pretty dope. And you could use that all the time, and then you're supposed to put it on the ground somewhere in dirt or something for just a little while, or on grass or something, and then it's supposed to dissipate the negative energy it's accumulated or something. And so it's kind of like a sponge or something. But I so that's one really good one. Or sometimes if you get like kind of like a bite or something, like it's like a feels like you got bit by a mosquito or something. It's like that happens, like kind of because it's entity issues. So I'll sometimes get that, and I'll put the piece of hematite on that, or I'll sleep with a piece of hematite under my pillow, or on a body part that's hurting. Uh, I try to have like a flatter one that's not sharp, because hematite could be sharp or like real bulky. So you try to find a piece that's gonna conform. Like I have about a fist size, like kind of smaller, that fits inside of your fist kind of, but it's not a ball. It's like kind of a flatter, kind of blocky, like a rectangle, kind of skinny rectangle. And anyways, that one works pretty good. And then there's a small one I have that, like, if I was really being bothered or bitten, could put it on, and that usually helps. It kind of just blocks that energy from just really getting at you. And then there's black tourmaline is another good stone, and it's kind of, I have a block of that, and that's really good, and supposedly you don't have to clear that. And that helps. Sometimes if I'm sleeping, I could put that, in between my legs. If you have like the blanket or something, you kind of sit that down there by your lower chakra, and sometimes that seems like the intrusions kind of happen through there too. And that one works really good. And you could also hold that in your hand or in your pocket, and supposed to help block some of that stuff. uh Dr. Scholl's I've kind of came across, the for your feet or whatever, but they're really the gel inserts. But you actually get one of those, and I'm not sure exactly what size, but I guess you could buy it your regular size of shoe or a little bigger, or you figure out your waist size kind of, and then half of that, if you folded the shoe thing in half like this, and then you cut it in half, like not the long way, but the freaking like this. If it flapped over, if it was long like this, and then you flapped it over, and then you cut it in half, and you have half a shoe and half a shoe. Those things work pretty good, and you could put it right in your pants, in between, your pants, your pants and your underwear, like on the outside of your underwear or whatever. And you have a belt, and it holds that in place. And then that one blocks, like, if you're getting targeted down low, because that happens a lot. And it actually, it blocks that. It's like an electrical sensation or whatever, if there some entities messing with your lower chakra, which that happens a lot to me sometimes. So, you know, it actually blocks that, and then it actually allows you to heal faster, so you don't have to wear those all the time. So because I had one time had a problem with, well, not one time, it kind of could be a reoccurring thing, but one time it got real bad where it was like uh, PGADs or whatever, which is like friggin', it's like a major entity intrusion that shit just wants to bring you down like a succubus or something, and it's like that stuff will just work you over, dude. And you don't want that, man. And it's like, even when you don't even, you're try to be vocal about everything and say no permissions and all this shit, dude. But it don't care, dude. Once that stuff starts being in your energy field, is like it's tough to kind of get that out. But actually now it's pretty easy. Now it's easy. You block it with that so that sensations don't happen at night, or even when you're around, it's like they can't really lock on as much. So, and then eventually you heal and your energy field and that goes away. So that could cure PGADs if you're dealing with that type of situation or something, or if you just get sensations down there or UTIs or whatever. It's funny, it kind of does block that, like it's coming from the outside, as far as a intrusion or whatever. And then so that one works pretty good. What else works? Well, what else works? Let's see. Oh, escaping. One of the escaping is one of the number one techniques to stop some of that attacks. So you could you just bounce out, man. Like if you're experiencing some rough times, you just bounce out. You just go for a car drive, or freaking just go to a different location, escape the house, get away for a little while. Sometimes those attacks might last for an hour or 2 hours, or sometimes they might be longer. It might even just be constant. So but if you change your environment or something, sometimes that changes that up. And you also have to be careful who you're hanging out with, as far as like if you are being harassed and then you bounce out with somebody. I mean, essentially they could be the one who's being used to target you. So it's not like it's helping when you escape. If you're by yourself, you might not get targeted because they're maybe they're using the other person to be attacking you. So, which is strange, but that's like if those entities oscillate through people or something. But that's just how it is. So um what other techniques? I don't know, I'll have to think of another. All right, in that video there's some techniques